Let's go. Power Hour, TopstepTV on this Thursday. Big earnings after this Power Hour. Don't forget, we got Netflix after the bell. We will keep an eye on that. ASFX in the chat. That's Austin Silver says, what's up to his man, the man in the middle, Zach Anthony, joining us from Brooklyn. What up, Zach?
What's up, guys?
Much, man.
How we doing?
Not much. Dolby time. I got Dolby to screen right of him with the really cool background going, the trippy YOLO Bolo, if you will, Dolby time.
It is the YOLO Bolo.
The YOLO Bolo. Get it right. Like the Ohio State University. Zach Anthony, you are in a trade. Please tell us what your trade. Tell us about the position, how many contracts, and from what price.
Yes, sir. So I'm in a long on NASDAQ from 17,545. And okay. I'm going to move my stops to break even already because, I mean, we're super bearish, but I like where we're positioned at on the daily chart and the 4 hour. So from the higher time frame, you know, it looks like we can get a reasonable bounce over here. I like that we swept liquidity already. We kind of created some relative equal highs over here, which I like to target. So we're going to see, I'm going for a minimal, I'm going for a minimum of like 200 ticks, but I think if this thing gets going, it could be a pretty big trade. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear. It's looking good so far, though.
You always go for 200 ticks on these trades?
Sometimes with NASDAQ, it all depends. I go for a minimum of 100 ticks, and my stop loss is usually 50 ticks. Okay. But I'll target 150, 200. You know, often, especially lately, man. I mean, NASDAQ has been crazy volatile. I'm actually trading micros right now because the volatility is just insane.
No, I respect that. It's how you shift gears. It's very smart. It's really good. We'll keep an eye on that.
You could still make $1,000 trading micros on NASDAQ lately. Like,
yes, you can.
Easily. I think people underestimate just how much money you can make with micros, especially in volatile markets. If you're trading like the YM, I think that might be kind of like pulling teeth a little bit. With the NASI, I mean, opportunity abound.
100%.
I would agree with that. All right, gentlemen. Well, this is Power Hour, so we're going to keep an eye out. Tilt. All right, I got to keep bringing up Tilt, guys, because Tilt's been super heavy long in S&Ps. We got 77% long in the S&Ps, 75% long in the Dow. So bulls, 75% long in NASDAQ as well. So we do have a heavy tilt bias to the upside. We'll see if we get some follow through. We're taking a look at the 5-minute chart here. We're at the upper end of the ranges here in the S&Ps, NASDAQ, and Dow. Quick Delta update from my man John, plus 5,300 in ES. Didn't quite catch the NASDAQ. 1 second. Minus 3,300 in NASDAQ. So a bit of a divergence there. We'll see how that plays out here and over the next 50 minutes. So we are seeing a bit of a bid here. Zach Anthony, since we spoke last time, this is a question I've been asking. I'm going to sound like a broken record here. How are you now? You said it's crazy volatile in the NASDAQ. A lot of it has to do with geopolitical risk coming over from the Middle East. How is that why you've adjusted and switched down to micros just due to all the volatility that we've been seeing lately?
You know, really, today's my first day trading micros again, and yeah, it's just been so volatile. I already made a little bit of a profit on the day, so I don't want to give too much of it back on NASDAQ in the afternoon. So it just makes sense right now. But, you know, I've actually been trading a lot of crude oil. I had a really nice crude oil long today, earlier, like around 11 a.m. And yeah, I've noticed that I've been focusing a bit more on CL and only trying to take the highest probability NASDAQ trades because it's just so whippy. Like this looks really good to me. I mean, this looks like an A setup for me. So,
tell me why does it look like an A setup? Tell me why it looks like an A setup.
You know, if we go to the daily chart on NASDAQ, I mean, obviously we've had some crazy big down moves, but we're over here in this last bit of consolidation back from January 31st. This is like really the last line of defense on the daily chart before we have this imbalance. And I just think bulls are going to try to defend this level. You know, I'm not looking for, to hold a trade for 3 days. This is an intraday move. And I just think with the volatility we've been having, we could definitely see a reasonable bounce over here. Then from the lower time frames too, we've just been consolidating here. And I liked how we came down, swept this low, moved back up, and now we've just about held this low. So I decided it's worth a shot right here on that last pullback. And yeah, it's looking good right now. So we'll see.
I like that. All right, Dolby time. What are we looking at over there in the YM? We're at the upper end of this
30-minute
range. 38,000 even.
range.
38,000 even right now.
Yep. Looking at the 30-minute range in YM. If you didn't watch Fast Markets this morning, I had a pretty good trade. Ended up closing that, I would say maybe a little bit early, but ended up getting quite a bit of money on that one. Switched to a 100K account, basically took a continuation trade, got another 800 in the 100K account. So we're up, I don't know, almost like $800 in 2 accounts so far, which is pretty cool. But I did lock out the 50K, so I am going to switch to the 100 and try to rock this one for a bit. I am very interested in some shorts right now, actually. But we are making
on the YM, Dolby.
Take a minute. Yeah, I might need to take a minute here and digest a little bit.
Fair enough. We are seeing gold push up against that 2,400 level, trading 23.99, 20 cents, we'll call it. So we're right there. I'm not so sure. I'm not so certain how much that level matters anymore, as if we've been up and down all around through it. So it is a big fat round number. We just gravitate towards it again. We saw S&P stuck around 5,100 level for a few days earlier this week. Gold does the same thing and just hovers around 2,400 till new information enters the market. Again, we do have Netflix after the bell today. If you remember, in end of Q4 for 2023, they absolutely smashed it. Higher subscribers, the password, cracking down on the password sharing, also success. So we'll see if some of that momentum does carry into today's earnings call. Nothing really popping here in the equities to give us an indication. Maybe someone did get those earnings early, but nothing really showing us here. All right, we are seeing a bit of a pop in the Dow. We'll see if we can break through to this. Is it a range extension, Dolby? Help me talk to the terminology. A range extension or attempted range extension?
Oh, it's attempted for right now, but I don't like getting into a position into a strong candle. So this is a pretty long 5-minute candle that's done a lot of work in testing 38,038. So I want to wait probably another 5-minute candlestick and see if this will get into some sort of like spinning top formation or something approximate. Because we want to see it kind of like take time to make the turn and to absorb whatever buyers and sellers are happen to be operating at that area. So I do want to wait just a little bit and have it kind of confirm that, because you can get burned, hopping into a short or a long too early on a really strong candlestick. So I just want a little bit more confirmation. That's all.
Definitely.
Yeah. Especially with like
I just
higher
moved,
lows. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to update. I moved my stops to break even. So risk-free trade for now. We'll just let it ride and see what happens.
We've had a debate today, Zach Anthony, on
That's my favorite topic.
Is it worth moving the stop to break even? We've had it's been an ongoing debate today. Does it do more good or does it do more damage? Whether or not your original stop and moving it up to break even. It's a safe play. It's definitely a safe play. But more often, I don't want to say more often than not, but you'll see it a handful of times. It's not infrequent, I should say, where the market will retest your entry price, but then continue to go in the direction that you initially thought it would. Therefore, moving stop to break even could kind of backfire. So it's been a debate we've been having, but I understand both sides of it. I understand why you did it.
Yeah, I think it depends on your strategy. Like for me, I'm using tight stops, and I'm usually taking 1 or 2 losses, maybe a break even or 2 before my trade hits. So for me, I kind of have to do it. But it really depends on your strategy and your system, I would say.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Depends on your entry, Kung Fu says. Anne Marie says 17,650. Next target likely in the NQ. She likes it to the upside here. I think Zach Anthony would like it to the upside as well.
Kind of wishing I took that short off the rip. We'll see if we can get like
hit again.
Get up. I know you can't win.
It's looking good right now.
Either you're too early, too late. It seems like it's kind of a crapshoot. Is it going to just shoot up? Is it going to stop run? Is it just going to hit it in reverse? You never know. It's the game we play.
No, you don't. It's what we signed up for. Pretty awesome here.
Yeah, I know.
We got
Dolby, do you Do you use like a set amount of ticks or points that you look for on every trade? Is it like systemized or is it more of a feel thing for you?
That's a great question. So for this, for April, I challenged myself to stick to a consistent take profit system, and basically what it is I will like find a range. I'll just use this one for example. And so like let's say I got short at like 38,040 at the top of this range. Like my TP1 or take profit one would be like the halfway point, so 37,971. The second would be the bottom of the range, and then if I had a third contract, it would be the extension out. So I'm trying this where it's just all structural. So, we'll kind of see how it goes. I mean, so far it's been fine. So, I can have some really good risk reward. Like, for example, I was short like 38,280 this morning in YM and held that trade for like a little over an hour.
Damn.
And I actually got out of it a little bit early because we didn't even reach the midway point, which we actually did get to, which was 38,075, and it continued all the way down. So that was actually a range to range trade in the daily because the daily was range bound. So that's how I'm trying to run it for right now.
Yeah, being able to identify those like macro ranges, like from the daily chart, I mean, you can get some really long moves there. It's a good trade.
Yeah, and that's the gist because if you play longer time frames, you get larger movement out of that. And so if you can find a way to get like a 1 minute setup, but you're actually trading it on like a 1 hour chart, well, now you have like very little risk to like massive reward, especially if you get the momentum.
I completely agree. Yep, that's what I try to focus on. Use 4 hour and daily levels, and then take intraday trades off those levels because they're just way higher probability than fiddling in the middle, as you guys like to say.
Hey, someone's been watching TopstepTV. I like to hear it.
Oh, yeah,
I like to. Hey, Zach, quick question before the fireworks really start popping here on Power Hour at TopstepTV. Hashtag Power Hour, by the way. I'm going to ask Dolby to explain hashtag Power Hour after this very, very important question. It's hard-hitting question for Zach Anthony. What is the best pizza in Brooklyn?
Oof. Man,
I wasn't playing around today, man.
Probably start some fights with people.
I wasn't playing around.
Man, for
Pauly
me,
G's.
For me,
He's a Pauly G's.
This is Pauly G's. Yeah, this is the thing, man. There's so many pizzerias with the same exact name, so I got to know the neighborhood that you're talking about. But for me, it's Joe and John's in Ridgewood, Queens.
There you go. Someone in the chat, Joe and John's, Ridgewood, Queens. Shout out to Joe and John's. There you go. There
we go. He knows.
In the chat, they were wanting to know. All right, we're starting to see a bit of a wiggle here. Thank you for that hard hitting. Thank you for answering that hard hitting question there, Zach. I appreciate it. Put you on the spot.
Man, anytime.
You got it. Didn't even flinch. Dolby time with the stunners on, looking. I was about to swear there. Looking really good.
Oh yeah,
Dolby time. Tell them about hashtag. Hey, tell them about hashtag Power Hour.
Hashtag Power. We're trying to get on social media here, people. So we have a great community during Power Hour. People are tuning in, want to hang out, but we also want to hang out with you on social media. So we have an X account at Topstep Official, and we have an Instagram account at Topstep. So use that, tag us, hashtag Power Hour. And if you have a killer trade that you had, or if you maybe got a funded certificate or something that you're proud of, please share it with the hashtag, and then we'll share it on air so you can see your success on air in real time. That is the goal. Awesome. And no one's using that hashtag.
Yeah. Get that recognition.
Yeah, why not?
Zach, I like you, man. Thanks for joining us again, Zach. Quick turnaround there. I think we met you last week, I want to say, and you're back on.
Yeah, it was last week.
Man. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good
yes,
stuff.
Sir, man.
All right, you still in those longs there, Zach?
Yeah, I'm still alive, man. My entry is at 17,544.25. So
44 quarters.
Still
all right,
alive
I like
right now. We'll
true.
see, man. We'll see.
All right, looking to take 100 ticks profit. We'll see. We'll see if we get those 100 ticks out of this market right now. Yeah, we got about 40 minutes left here in the session. As far as the tilt goes, everything kind of neutral, flattened out a little bit. We are seeing a little bit of heavier tilt in the ES out of all of them, 69% long. But nothing jumping off the page at me right now.
I'm going to stack.
We're trying to figure out. You got some shorts in there. All right, cool. Tell us about the shorts, Dolby, because gold's just screwing around 2400s. Can't make up its mind. Dolby, tell us about these shorts you're looking at taking.
I'm gonna try to get some shorts off at 38,031, 38,043, and 38,049 to the upside. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna get back up there, but that's the idea. So we're gonna short the top of the 30-minute range.
I like it. We did see a bit of a spike up there. Bit of a kiss, bit of a spike.
It's one of those
ones National has a question in here. Yes, National. Zach knows our names. That was just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that kind of landed in my lap, and you had to ask the question. But Justin will be back on with us. He's a good sport about it. But yes, Zach knows our names for sure.
That's so funny.
He's not as broy as our.
I was watching that, actually.
Did you watch that, man? He's such a bro. He's a good kid.
I saw that.
Good trader.
I actually love that kid. He's a great trader, man. 100%. Justin is a great trader. That 100%. was hilarious, though.
100%. You could see he would kind of tiptoe around it, and he would take it back. So I'm like, he has no idea. So we're gonna clobber him with this. We're gonna blindside him with this question. And we're gonna end off that and drop the mic and stick the landing, and that's what we did. So, but yes, he'll be back on with us. Super cool. Hell of a trader. He's a good sport. All right, back to these markets. Let's see if we can get these things rocking and rolling here. We got about 40 minutes left in Power Hour. Dolby working some offers a bit above the range here. See if he gets that. Zach Long for 44 quarter here in the NASDAQ. Look to squeeze 100 ticks out of this market. We'll see if he can do that. Gold can't make up his mind what to do these 2400s. Oil trading around 80 or $82 even. So right on VWAP.
So Zach, you're long 17,545.
Yeah, 544 and a quarter.
44 quarters.
544 and a quarter. All right,
nice
I'm just draw your line on here.
Nice little entry.
It's looking like it's about to be over, though. We'll see. We're getting close.
Because your break even, yeah, it's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice range though. I mean, really nice and boxy. If you can draw a box, you can trade a range. There it is. I mean, pretty straightforward. Not a bad entry though. I mean, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just unlucky that you didn't get the extension to the upside.
They tried.
Yeah, I could have been smart just playing the range, but I think this is an issue that I need to look at when I'm trading micros, because if I was trading minis, I probably would have taken my profit at like 150 ticks. But I'm just kind of now I'm looking for more because I'm on the micros.
That's a good bit of self-awareness, though. I mean, that you're even recognizing that you would have, because it's a small amount of money. That's what you're saying, right? It's like only $150 or whatever versus 1,500.
Yeah, like I was up like $400 at one point. It's like that's still a nice trade, we are counter trend, so. But we'll see.
Yes, yes, I say that all the time. I'm in a position. It's like, well, see what happens. Nothing we can do about it.
Yes, Austin Silver, your buddy Austin Silver here, saying Zach should be trading minis, not micros. We'll talk a little bit of trash here, Zach. What's up with him, man? What's going on? You guys beefing or what?
Yeah, I mean, Austin's from the Northeast too, man. So we got that it's like a healthy, friendly beef. It's fun. We like to mess with each other.
Love it. Good stuff, man. So what are you doing trading? That's kind of what we're trying to replicate here at TopstepTV. The camaraderie they had either in the trading galleries in some boutique or big-time proprietary trading firm or on the floor. Trading can be lonely, especially, everyone's working from home now, trading from home. The big trading offices are few and far between now unless you're working from the big banks or a couple of the proprietary firms. So what we got going here is as close as we can to replicating it post-COVID. I would say the post-COVID era changed everything. And now we're trading like one big fan, one big team, good camaraderie. Everything's all in fun.
Yeah,
we're trying
man.
to collect big profits together.
Yeah, shout out the Black Shirt Club because they are my group and that's what keeps me active and connected with other traders. It's definitely essential for me. I can't do this alone.
Nope. Good stuff.
Shout
out to the Black Shirts. Shout out to Black Shirts, man.
Yeah, that's the name of Austin Silver's group, right? Is Black Shirts, or is that like a subgroup of the group?
Yeah. It's like the private mentorship of the group. There's like 20 of us. So maybe nice. 20 or 30 of us, and we get like private coaching. Yeah, it's a nice group. We got a good group of traders right now in there.
Beautiful.
It helps a lot.
Wow, man, I got really lucky. I mean, we still might get tagged out, but this thing came like 2 ticks from my entry, and now it's going back up for now.
This is what we were talking about. This is what we're
Can I
talking
just
about.
say something? That's what I need to say this. This is what I love about futures, because I came from the FX space, and in an FX firm or a CFD firm, I would have gotten stopped out there for sure with spread. And with futures, I get tagged in or tagged out at my exact price.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying that futures are real? Is that what you're trying to say here, Zach? The futures are real.
I might be saying futures are real.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm
correct.
True prices on some of these.
Okay, we're starting to see a pop here in the Dow. Can the NASDAQ follow the Dow's lead? Dow's making the move to the upside. Will NASDAQ follow the Dow here? S&P's trying to catch the bid, but definitely saw the first pop out of the corner of my eye in the Dow here. We'll see a bit of a sell-off. All right, Zach, I like it. Zach's long from 44.25. Now we're currently trading 60s. So in the money a little bit here. See if we can get some follow through and push to the upside. Maybe even catch that VWAP for that 100-tick winner. That'd be pretty sweet. Pretty sweet here on Power Hour. Dolby, did you get any fills there on that pop there in Dow?
Yeah, I got one. I got 38,031. So I took literally no heat on it and just rolled over immediately like a puppy dog.
Nice fill.
So let's see if we can get I don't know. Chat, what do we think? Chat, give me a range between 37,840 and 37,952 for a take profit. So it's this box, this purple box. Let's see if we can find an exit for this short here. Let's see what they say. How aggressive is chat in taking profits?
Yeah, chat. How aggressive are we? Ooh, we got close to that entry. Zach, we got close to that entry price again.
Real
but luckily,
close.
NASDAQ did the right thing. NASDAQ did the right thing and turned around.
Come on, I got to blow on the screen.
You got to blow on the screen. Tickle that thing. Make it run away from 44s. Send that sucker to 640s. Do the right thing, NASDAQ. Looking at the tilt here. Still got 73% long in the ES. 68% long in NASDAQ. I am chilling at 70% long. So everyone's long here. We do have a Delta update from John, my man. 2 minutes ago, plus 5,100. Nothing crazy there.
Ooh. Hoagland's aggressive. Hoagland wants 905s.
Anne Marie's got targeted 650. 650 in the
650 for Dow?
Sorry, 650. I said 650 NASDAQ. 17,650.
Oh, okay.
650 would be tight, Dolby, wouldn't it? Dolby, we're eating lobster tonight, man. 650 trading the Dow.
Seriously. Do they take SIM credits at Gibson's?
I think they do. Speaking of steakhouses, Pete Luger's. Any thoughts on Peter Luger's steakhouse there, Zach Anthony?
I've never been, actually.
Never been. I don't think you're missing much.
Never been.
It's okay. It was okay. I know.
I've always been more of an Outback guy.
No, right on. The Blooming Onion. Can't blame you. Can't blame you.
Yeah, man.
Can't blame you. But, yeah. All right, Naz looking long. All right.
Yeah,
that's
really
crazy, man. Just
tight.
pop 20. Look at that. Here's a push.
Very,
Luger's
very
the best.
Yeah. Sorry, we got like a 30-minute. We got a 5-minute within a 30-minute.
Did
you go to Peter Luger's at
I want to
Caesars?
see us break out of this range.
Oh, was it the Caesars? I did not. I've been in the one in Brooklyn, and it was good. It was good. Very old school vibe, which is cool. I like that steakhouse feel. Very coul. I was actually there with Michael. Michael Patak.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Gold coming back, pulling to VWAP here. Touching VWAP as we speak. We give it a little kiss. 23.95. Hit it up. Try to. Rejected 2400s. This might be an entry. It might be in the range here between 23.95 and 2400. Hanging out right now. Golden Steer in Vegas, definitely good. Great Caesar salad, the Golden Steer in Vegas. Great Caesar salad. All right, gold seeing some push through to the downside. Quiz winners, we got quiz winners. Karen Ender, we got you. Sit tight, hang on. We got you. I think the market's going to start moving those. So James, if we got those quiz winners, whenever you're ready, feel free to pop in here. Equities haven't really got going off yet.
Yeah, JD here. We could do
Yeah, we're
quiz
stuck in
rounds
this
right now if you
range.
want.
Thank you.
Tell
Yeah,
me
JD,
about
let's
it,
do it.
bro.
JD, if you're ready, let's pop those in there. As we're getting close to the bottom
Let's
of the hour.
do it.
Cool. What do we got?
Good story about Outback Steakhouse too. I don't know. I don't remember how it happened, but ended up there. My wife and I ended up at an Outback Steakhouse with a group of friends watching the Kentucky Derby one year, and we just had a blast. And now my mother-in-law sends me $100 gift card to Outback Steakhouse for my birthday every year.
Be careful what you wish for.
Nice.
Dude, that's good. That's good stuff,
That's
man.
awesome.
Good stuff.
It's a great story.
How are we looking on these numbers? Or how are we looking on these names? Okay, someone put like 50 characters in as their name.
You have to
Okay,
read
you want to
that
know
all in one breath.
you want to know a fun fact about that long German name? It's not just gibberish. It's a real German
What's it?
thing. I looked it up. It means, you're not going to believe this, Transport Infrastructure Financing Company.
It's a
Wow.
real company. Wow. It's a lot of words. It's going to make for a difficult Google search over there in Germany when you're looking for a company that does exactly that. But yeah, very good to know. Wow.
Anything that
Thank you
ends
for
with
that,
the word
James.
shaft makes me nervous.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep. Here we go. Yeah. Looks pretty good. YOLO Trader, slap that ass. Nothing crazy. Good job. Woozy woo. See there in there a lot. Good stuff.
Oop,
Thank
getting
you,
a
Jay.
little bit of a push.
All right. Taking quiz
Thank
winners
you.
down. Quiz winners are coming down.
Quiz winners coming down. Karen,
a
ask and
screenshot.
answered. Asking you shall receive, Karen. Here we go, Dolby. We'll push to the upside here.
I don't know. I mean, technically, yes. In the
Yep.
end, who knows? Who knows? But we're gonna.
Dolby,
man,
are
we're already
you
up
short
20
already?
minutes. Yeah, I've been short since like when did I get in this thing? No, that's not right. Orders. 24, so about 7 minutes. 6 minutes in this short. 7 to 6 minutes. And we're still gonna try to add more as well. This is the 100K account. This is my least favorite account, so I'm riding it.
I actually really
dirty.
like the way you I actually really like the way you take your entries because it's so often you're not going to get that perfect entry on the first one.
Yeah. That's the thing, like you don't know, like maybe you get the full extension and you get all three, maybe it just melts your face off and you take some losses, but at least like those contracts you were adding on, like you're not taking full risk. So they're kind of like discounted ads if you get that range. You know, it just requires familiarity with the structure. Like if you know that range runs can happen, then why not throw in a couple extra contracts? You'll risk like half of your first and maybe a quarter of your first. And so you kind of get like a discount ad. You get to add a discount to your trade. And if it works, you are sitting so pretty that it will just cover any losses you ever incur from just having your face ripped off because your entry is essentially perfect within the range.
Yeah, no, you can get a really good average entry.
Yep, that's what we're going to try to do. So now we got two at 38 something. Where's it at? Oh, 38.07. We might get a third. And we might lose everything. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
We might lose everything. No, Dolby, we cannot lose everything. We cannot lose everything. You just made Zach leave.
No,
Zach,
come back.
Zach, come back.
Sorry, that scared me, man. I can't lose. I can't see you lose right now.
What do you mean? You're bullish. You should be feeling good.
Come back, Zach. Come back. All right, pushing higher in the NASDAQ. Zach is long from 44 quarter, currently trading 571. Little Delta update plus 6,900 ES minus 35,000. NASDAQ's got some shorts in here, Zach. They're going to start feeling some heat if we can get some push to the upside. So you might be positioned just right for this final half hour of markets.
Yeah, and that's like a classic power hour move to me. You know, like you get that short squeeze or the bull trap in the last hour of the trading session.
Yep. That's why I think we see a lot of profits here in power hour because, like we say, see what the delta is. You know where the clock is. Time is winding down. You know that some of these longs or shorts, their hand is forced. And you also know what the narrative is for the day. Yeah. That's
exactly.
Power hour. Yep.
I wonder what Edgeful has to say about that. I wonder if we can have.
Good question, Dolby. Thank you for
buddy,
even asking, my man.
I wonder if our buddy can do some. What was his name again?
Andre A.
Andre. How did I forget that? Yeah, Andre was awesome. He was so good.
Short squeeze. Yes, with Delta. Thank you, my man. Thank you.
I don't want to risk. How much am I risking on this? That's like the one thing I'm not like locked in on yet is like managing like what I want my total risk to be when I'm taking on like 2 or like 3 contracts or more. Because it does kind of tighten up your stop a little bit. Let's keep it at 420 though, unironically, because that's just above the middle of the daily range. Shout out, what up, Eddie? So let's see how this goes. This might be, one of those situations where it takes a little bit of time to like actually turn around, like the trade this morning.
Yeah, this is a pretty slow power hour so far.
Are you saying you jinxed it, Zach? Are you taking blame for the lack of volatility right now? Dude.
Nah, man, what's going to happen is now that I said that, it's going to break out in one direction.
So here's the thing. The funny thing is Dolby and I were talking about doing power players. The guests will come on and they'll blame themselves for lack of volatility in the market. And Dolby and I just sit back and let them take the blame because
short 3.
Yeah, we know the market doesn't give a shit who's on air, but these people come on and they think like they're the reason why the market stopped moving. And Dolby and I just let them bathe in that shame, if you will. So, you're a good sport about that. All right, Dolby, you're short 3. You got all those working offers. You got filled now.
We're good. We're done adding in. Our total risk is going to be 480 on the trade. Our possible upside here could be like up to $2,000 if we go range to range for the 30-minute. So 4-1. I like those odds.
Definitely.
Let's see. This is mid. So let's see if we can pull one off at 37,977.
Oh, that was shout out to Eddie there. Eddie, by the way, keep an eye on those MOCs. I know he will. Yes, over $1 billion. Will. Oh, he just ripped the bong there.
What do we got on? Yeah, I still feel fine about this. It does feel a little
funny.
bit
I feel the same way about my long.
Hey, both can make money.
Ooh, let's see what happens.
Like this.
I would much rather be long, to be honest, but it's just too expensive for me to take the trade. I would have preferred your entry. At least you were within like a third of the bottom of that range for a long. But this might be an L here.
Yeah, well, that's with part of my strategy. That's because I use tight stops, and I want my losers to be quick and my winners to take longer. I try to like bottom tick. I try to get the best price possible at all times.
Same.
Like I agree. I wouldn't want to go long right where we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're more of a best price over best momentum.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean a little bit of both, but it's definitely important for me to get the best price possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's like just like from what I've noticed, it seems to be kind of like the two camps of day trading. It's either you're trying to find the best momentum and kind of ride that wave, or you're trying to catch the best price and then also ride that wave. Just two different types of trading. We did get back to my entry here, which is interesting. Yeah, I might be able to tighten up my stop to 240. Let's go to 240 for total risk. We're getting back underneath this range. Come on down.
We're on the range right now.
Sure.
Oh, Trader Cores. We literally just did the quiz winners about 7 minutes ago. But I do not recall seeing your name on there. So we'll get after it tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Keep in mind next week, huge earnings week. All the Mag 7 next week. We've got some inflation data too next week. So buckle up for next week. But we're not there yet. We still got this close and we got tomorrow. Hoop says ES needs to clear 50.58. And NASDAQ needs to clear 17,590. They push the upside. We've yet to do either in both markets. Put some levels there. Thank you, Hoop.
Got some declining volume too. So
we are.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't feel as good about this as I used to, but also what I feel doesn't really matter because I'm terrible at reading momentum. So that's something I have to like try to turn off. Do you ever find yourself kind of doing that, getting yourself sucked into like a system you don't like trade or believe in, and it's like influencing your trades, Zach?
I mean, yeah, especially when I was still kind of working out my strategy. I'd be changing things constantly, and then it works for a week, and then it stops working, and then I lose confidence in it. I think as long as you have a profitable strategy, like there's going to be ebbs and flows. It's really important to stay confident, because when you lose that confidence, it doesn't matter. Like you're not going to trade well.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's, I think it's just a part of like being a mature trader is just like owning your edge and knowing exactly who you are and like what your strengths are, and then just leaning into it as hard as possible, and then trying to turn off everything else that's not relevant to your system. Good Momo so far.
Yeah, exactly.
Good Momo. Still want to see a flush. I'm not getting. Yeah, we're stuck as hell. We're so stuck.
Stuck in the mud. It's all right.
I'm gonna watch the ladder for a bit and see if I can pick up on anything, any wiggles or whatever. Hey, so Dre, you were on with Max. Was I right in interpreting how he does those big volume bars on his on the 30-second chart?
100%. We actually asked him. We had a bit of spotty connection with him, but I was thinking about you. We were talking about during power players. Power players, yes. And then we had him on Max just on, and we're talking about. I know that you've been taking a liking to a strategy with the volume bars showing conviction. 100%. There'll be cool. Like I did just hear you say that you notice that volume is waning right now, which shows lack of conviction in any movement one way or another. But yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly, and that's what Max said in the previous segment.
Cool.
He looks to volume for confirmation in these moves. If especially if you get back to back, bullish bars. You'll say the rally is on, essentially. Hey, real quick, we got some liquidity here in the ES. On the 50, 51.75, we got a 500 lot sitting on the bid. That's the biggest order I've seen all day. Got 450 sitting on the bid, about 3 ticks away. We're going to trade to it right now. But yes, Dolby, to answer your question, I think you got, you're a quick learner. It's exactly what you're saying. Looking for conviction. Oh, that got pulled. So lame.
I'm going to see if I can just add more contracts to this, but further up. I'm going to try to treat my 100K account like a lot more aggressive compared to like the 50 or 150, just to kind of see what happens. Try a different personality on this one. I've never traded a 100K account before, so this is all totally brand new.
Zach, I got to say, I admire your patience, man. You just sit in these trades. I got to say, that's very impressive. You have conviction in these trades. You have conviction in your level. I think it was a great entry.
I mean, yeah, I got a good entry, so I'll sit here and wait,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also have a good entry, so we're just kind of like sitting here,
like that,
waiting for something to happen.
A couple good entries, putting it up.
Yeah,
I like it.
Dolby, I do agree with you on treating accounts differently if you are trading multiple accounts. I do that all the time. Like I treat combines way differently than I do XFAs. And then I like to have more aggressive accounts and then more conservative accounts that I want to hold on to longer. I think it's just a nice way to kind of spread out your risk and try some different things.
Okay, we're short 4.
All right, get
Our
aggressive.
risk is still like so tight though. Like we're only risking 295 even still. I bet our total risk on this trade, if we get filled and stopped out on the other 2 contracts, is going to be under $400. But it does feel very.
Did you lower your stop loss?
I did to just over the previous 5-minute candle. It hasn't burned me too bad, but we'll see how it plays out. Because I'm really just trying to size up. Like, how much size can I get for like as tight as risk as possible?
I like that. All right, gentlemen, we got less than 17 minutes left in Power Hour here.
Okay. Okay.
Again, make sure you get those hashtag Power Hour submissions in. We'll scrape the internet and post them here on Power Hour. Great idea by Dolby Time.
I think we got a couple submissions. Short 6 stopped out. Damn. For. What was the L that we took? It was pretty small, though. I think it was like approximately 350 we lost on that one, so like not a ton. That's why I like.
Damn, 6 contracts and you only lost 350.
Yeah. That's why I like the YM. You can really throw on some size for like very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. We'll see if I get punished for being
can't do that with
aggressive.
NASDAQ.
No. No, that's a recipe for disaster. Very, very tough to pull off. It's kind of unfortunate. We didn't really have any volume. It just kind of trickled up.
Yeah.
I'm hopping back in on the short side. I think that was a stop run. I'm hopping back in. We're going to keep our stop above middle of daily range, though. And we're just going to short everything up until that.
Every time we come back up to this range, I get a little excited, and then it just lets me down.
Yeah, this is much more experiment. This is like my experimental account. So let's just pedal to the metal a little bit. Let's see what happens.
A little pop here in crude. Nothing significant. Just noticed something popped up on the 5-minute chart here. Trading at the upper end of the range. Looking at the 5-minute here in the YM. NASDAQ as well. NASDAQ currently trading 17,580, 581. Take your pick. But this is the upper end of the range. Looking at the 5-minute. We'll see what ensues here in the last 15 minutes of the trade. Dolby, did you get back in?
Sure did, boss. We got one. A lowly one contract. That's all we got. I feel like I might have gotten stop run on that one. So live and learn.
Could be.
Yeah.
But for only $300 of risk, I think you managed it well.
Yeah, no big deal. We lost.
Chicago Share says, "Come on, just break already."
I know, seriously.
See if the market's listening.
I agree.
Yeah, I lost 135, 75, 45, 60, 35, and 20. Like, that's all small fries. That adds up to a medium fry, but those are all small fry losses.
I don't even care if I get stopped out at this point. I just want something to happen.
God, I've said those famous words before too. I've said that. I don't even care at this point. Just have something happen. We got to outweight. Come on, Zach. We got to outweight this market. We'll outweight this sucker. You got a good entry. See, something's going to happen here in the next 13 minutes of the trade. You see the countdown clock. A little graphic lower right corner there. 13:21.
Yeah. Do we have those trader wins? I think I put up 3 trader wins that we can cover real quick.
I asked. I'm still waiting to hear back. I've got some trader wins, but we're in the last 15 minutes here. We will get a liquidity injection here in the next 3.5 minutes when we hit 2:50 Central Time. Another liquidity injection, 2:55 Central Time. It's been pretty tame. When we do get that MOC from Eddie, I'll let you know. The way a lot of these closes have been behaving lately, it's kind of wait and see mode. Keep in mind, we do have Netflix after the bell. Well, a lot of people are bullish on that. I think I saw in the chat there did see a little bit of a bid going into that earnings report. So maybe someone knows something. Options typically tell a better story as to what is expected going into that.
Man, I don't think I don't know if this ever happened. You have 2 people on opposite sides of the market both waiting for something to happen. And it's like we both feel kind of mediocre.
We're both in the money,
I feel pretty
chilling in the money.
About this whole
Love
thing.
to see it.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a great spot. You're in a great spot. Hashtag
you're in profit, though,
powerless
I'm
power.
guessing.
No, I'm in the red by like $40.
Okay.
YM was only $5 a tick, so it's really, really reasonable.
How many ticks does YM move on average? I actually never really look at the YM.
Well, 1 point is, so if the Dow is trading at like 38,000, 38,001 is a $5 move in futures. So that's 1 tick. So it's basically just $5 per point, which is like very, very straightforward. But
do you know what the average amount of ticks that it moves in a day?
Idea. No idea. I just trade ranges. It doesn't matter to me. Just follow the range.
What's a good amount of ticks for you? Like how many ticks are you usually catching on your trades?
It depends on the time frame and the size of the range that I'm trading. Like, so for example, the range trade I took this morning was based off a daily chart. So it's a daily range short, which is like about as good as it gets for a day trader. And
Yeah.
I held that trade for over an hour to get, quite a bit. I can switch to that account and pull up the orders, but yeah, we were short. Hold on. Sorry. We were short 38,309.
309.
Holy crap, was that a good short? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it was. Oh, this morning, dude, that was a very nice
Incredible.
short.
God, was that an incredible trade. So I got that one. I covered that at 38,225, but I could have held that pretty much all day.
All right, we got 20 seconds till the first liquidity injection here, fellas.
I think I'm
Less than 10 minutes left in the
right
session
now.
here. Power Hour. Topstep TV. Thank you for joining
short
us.
kid.
Shout out to all the bellers. Let's rock and roll here, guys. We'll see what happens. Both of you guys are kind of sitting in the money. Zach's sitting quite pretty, about 30 ticks in the money. Delta 8,000.
I got filled on a second.
Yeah, I'm about
38,049.
I'm like 100 ticks in profit right now.
We're getting a wiggle in the ladder. Let's 5 minutes. We're gonna get something nasty. I'm calling it right now.
I agree. Something's happening.
The ladder is getting that wiggle. So we're
Something
gonna
happened. Just something
ladder's
happened.
getting the wiggle.
Like Zach said, I don't care at this point. Just something happened.
There it is. Called it.
Something's happening.
Yep.
Something is happening.
All right. Something. Come on, break out.
I'm short like 5 right now. 6 stopped out. Yeah, there was the wiggle in the ladder.
Yeah,
So now I'm down $100. I was up like 700 or 8 in this account.
All right, we got our MOC in balance, 1.5 billion.
Oh, buy side.
To the buy side. To the buy side.
All right, that's a big one. 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Well,
Hold the wiggle at least. That was good. Trade, not so good.
Zach
Yeah,
Anthony
I
on
should have
from
known.
44s.
Yeah, great trade, Ant. Yeah, great trade. Great
Yep.
trade. Yeah. So now all the consolidations are broken. So there's not really much of a trade here anymore.
Yes, looking
Not
for
on the NASDAQ,
Viva.
though.
Yeah.
We're still in the range on the NASDAQ.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, I would just hold that sucker. Why not? If you can break that range, dude,
Oh, yeah,
you're in
I'm
such
holding.
good shape.
Yeah, keep in mind there's a delta. They're short about 3,500 in NASDAQ, so there might be a little mini squeeze going on here, Zach Anthony. I like where you're at. Obviously, you do too. About 40 ticks in the money. Austin Silver, yes, he is still long, staying strong.
Long and strong.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Are we going to reject the middle? All right. Let's try more shorts. That's actually something that's really, really hard to do. So, like, let's say you're like a range trader and you trade the first half of the session and then leave and come back. Like, I didn't take into account the fact that we bounced off the 30-minute range low, which is bullish. So I probably should have been like leaning towards longs the entire time, because if you go to like a bigger time frame, say like the 1 hour, we're still bouncing. We're still living in a world where we are bouncing off the 30-minute range low. And so to me, I probably could have justified longs there, but I just wanted to hop into shorts. And I think I just got stop ran, to be honest. That's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, that oof. God
Yeah,
bless.
it's what it's
78?
looking like.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I got stopped out at 78s, then went to 96s. Bummer.
Ugh.
Hey, real quick, we got over 2,500 people watching. Pretty strong for a power hour right now. Please click like.
Oh,
Please
hell yeah.
click subscribe. On the way to 82,000 subscribers. We are well on our way to 100,000. We get to 100,000. We'll have a nice little celebration for that. Maybe sometime this summer. June, maybe? Be pretty cool. But yeah, let's get that subscriber count up. We hit 100,000. We'll throw a big old party here. All sellers came in there. Damn, Dolby. It's rough.
Yeah, man.
It's rough. It's rough.
It happens.
It does happen. It does happen.
It happens.
It'll happen again. It's not the first time. It's definitely not the last time. It just sucks when it is that time.
When it is that time. Yeah. I mean, that was a pretty
Yeah, it looks like
pretty
this is going to
wicked
be
run up
over.
there.
What the hell?
I'd be very surprised if my trade stays alive and we go back up at this point.
Yeah. Man.
All right, 55 is about to hit here. 50 seconds.
Yeah, man, I'm about to be stopped out.
Man, 40 ticks in the month. Jeez.
Dude, look at that stop run on that. Jeez, dude.
My
I don't know
God.
how many people survive that one. I mean, if this is your range,
Yep, we're out.
48 to 95. That was almost like a third of the range was the actual run outside and back in. That's
Brutal,
tough. That's a tough
brutal.
pill to swallow. Yeah. I mean, that's where like position management and sizing is super important. Like I probably could have done a much better job like not sizing up so aggressively and then maybe have a much wider stop in anticipation of a 30-minute stop run. But you know, what are you going to do? You can't win
See,
them all.
it's funny. For me, it's the exact opposite. I should have had my regular size on and been happy with, 100 ticks.
And yeah. I mean, I was never in the profit in that one. I was just waiting for this to roll, but it rolled me first before I could roll it. But things we never saw volume. I think that's why I think that's where I got my conviction from, is that I just never saw the volume start to pick up as it approached the middle of the range. It kind of just petered off the entire time. And then all of a sudden sellers came in and you got this huge wick.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very tricky stuff here at the end of the day.
Yeah. Pretty lackluster power hour.
Hey, Zach, now that you're flat, can we get your P&L just so we can throw it up there on the board?
Yeah, I am up 229.30.
$229.30. What is that? $2,000?
$220. No. I wish.
Gotcha,
$229.30.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Dow
pretty
came
small
back.
day
Yep.
today. It's all good.
Hey, man, update. It was not the easiest markets at all, and we do have some more store here. I'm not sure when Netflix will come out. If it'll come out exactly at 3 o'clock, typically they'll wait a couple minutes after. So we got that. Then we got the earnings call following the report. Look at the calendar here. Yeah, earnings call 45 minutes thereafter. Eddie will update you with the schedule. Yeah, that was brutal.
I had short 70s and 73s too, but that was my positions I was adding into. So I was over leveraged in my opinion. In that example, I was for sure over leveraged. Yeah. Hey, if you don't trade with a stop, then you don't take losses. Am I right, chat? Don't do that. That's not.
You ain't a loser until you cover the trade, too. Never forget that. Not a loser until you cover.
If I just held it forever, I never would have lost.
Yeah. It's not a loser until you cover. Never forget. I'm just kidding. Don't take those words literally. It's simply a joke in the trading world.
Do not do that. Set your stops and just eat up the losses. It's fine. Live to trade another day. Or size down, trade micros.
Winners and quitters. Exactly, Brian Wagner is winners and quitters. I like that. All right, fellas, less than 3 minutes here on Power Hour. Yeah, it's been enjoyable. It's cool hanging out with you guys. Zach Anthony, do not be a stranger around here. We're definitely going to have you back. Get these markets cooking again. Tough break.
It's not your fault. Not your fault.
It's not your fault. Do something. You know what, Zach?
I hope not, man.
Zach, you did say, I don't care what happens at this point. I just want the market to do something.
I did. I got what I wished for.
The market heard you. It did what you asked. It did exactly what you asked.
Maybe I just got to open up a 15 contract long right now or something. Maybe that'll move the market.
Brutal. Tough. But it did happen. About 90 seconds left here in the session. Of Netflix coming out shortly thereafter. Be flat going into that as we don't know what's going to happen. Back in Q4 2023, smashing results for that earnings call. Cracking down password sharing has seemed to improve top and bottom line there.
Yeah, Chet is saying it's crazy how both of us lost, and I was like, "Yep, yeah, we did."
Welcome to trading.
House one. House one. We were sitting at the blackjack table. I had a 17. Zach had a 20. Market flipped 21. That's how that one happens.
That's what a range will do.
That's what a range will do. Oh, it's so true. All right, 50 seconds here. Eddie, you got the bell. You got the outro when we get there. Just want to say shout out to all the bell to bellers. You guys, this ain't happening. We'll keep this sucker strong. Last day of the trade or for the week tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Let's keep making the sucker bigger. We got some more house account trades coming up in the near future.
Exciting.
Need those levels though. When we send out those emails for levels, please submit. If you don't want us to use your name, we don't have to use your name. We do need those levels though, because we like to submit trades. Here we go, guys. 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Sorry, 15 seconds. Here we go.
Kind of a weird spot for the market to end up if it just closes here. Like we're not even like in the middle. We're not even at an extreme.
Damn.
We do have 10 minutes left. Maybe it just rolls. Who knows?
The session is over. Thank you guys. Thanks, guys.